So today we're going to talk about social enterprises. We're going to talk about for-profit social enterprises, non-profit social enterprises, and cooperatives. Okay, so for social enterprises, you have two different types of social enterprises: for-profit and non-profit. Okay, a social enterprise is different than a normal business. Now, a social enterprise can be one of the known businesses, so it's either a sole trader, partnership, privately held, publicly held. Okay, but a social enterprise is a revenue-generating business that has social objectives at the core of their operations. So it's not a legal term, but it's a classification of a business. Now, aims of a social enterprise or for-profit social enterprise will be to generate profit for their social objectives and to benefit the community. Now, you have for-profit social enterprises. You can have them both in the private sector or the public sector. So, in private sectors, these businesses run similar to traditional business. So they do business and they try and make a profit. So, but their profit, or you can use surplus, which is but mostly used for non-profit. Their profit is used to reinvest back into themselves and try to benefit society further, and also to independently keep themselves afloat financially. And also, one key thing we'll expand on later is that they use triple bottom line as an accounting framework. This is what for-profit social enterprises use as an accounting framework. Now, public sector for-profit social enterprises, these are state-owned and operate in a commercial way. So their main aims and objectives are to provide services for the community and the citizens. So this can be like public transit or like attractions. An example of public sector for-profit social enterprise could be the Niagara Falls, which is government-owned and is a for-profit social enterprise. Now we move on to cooperatives. Now, a cooperative is a type of social enterprise that is owned by a group of what you call members. Now, these members, they pool together all of their resources and they share everything. They share the resources, they share the profits. Advantages of a cooperative is, firstly, you get incentivized to work because you have social objectives and you want to inflict change onto the world. Secondly, you have also decision-making power. You have lots of different people there which can help influence decisions and make more good decisions. Third is you have social benefits. So obviously you're changing the environment, you're changing the world, you're making the world a better place for everyone to live in. So it's not just about money. And fourth is you'll get lots of public support. It'll bring a little good brand image and it'll help your brand and get even better. Now we get on to the disadvantages. So first disadvantages, you have disincentive effects. So this is because you're not earning as much money as a cooperative or as a social enterprise, because you're reinvesting a lot of the money and you're trying to put back into your cause in order to help that social objective, and which could be a problem for some people. Secondly, you have limited sources of finance. It's hard to get lots of loans from banks as cooperatives or social enterprises, as banks don't really think there's a guarantee that they'll get their money back, and it's hard to get a loan. So mostly people use internal sources of finance for it. Third is slow decision making. Like cooperatives have lots of people that all own a share of the social enterprise, so this could take a long time in decision making, which could make activities very slow. Fourth is limited promotional opportunities, because there's lots of restrictions and rules in areas. A non-profit social enterprise is a surplus generating business that reinvests all of their revenue back into themselves in order to reach their social objectives. Now the key word here is surplus, as they do not make any profit since they're a non-profit social enterprise. So you always have to use the word surplus with a non-profit. Now, advantages of a non-profit social enterprise is that your company benefits the local community. It's gonna make lifestyle and life economy a lot better. Second one is tax incentives. So lots of non-profit social enterprises are exempt from corporate and profit taxes. This incentivizes many people to turn to a non-profit social enterprise. Third one is other government incentives. So this can be things such as grants and subsidies to allow them to keep working and incentivize them to build more non-profits. Fourth one is lots of public support, because once again, you build a large brand image which can help you with your sales or your social boost your social awareness of your social objectives. Now, the disadvantages. First disadvantage is that acting as a non-profit, you have lots of strict rules and guidelines. This is because you have lots of trading rule restrictions, you have lots of profit restrictions, and it's very legal, lots of legal work. Second one is that you're very dependent on public goodwill. So from sources of finance such as donors or your sales, it's very dependent on the goodwill of the public and if they can really if they want to really invest in you. Now this is bad for small social non-profits or new non-profits, and it's hard to start new or small and then get up. So it's only really because you're only investing in the big names. Now third is you have a lack of financial control. This is because you don't actually keep any of the profit with you. Okay, and so all the money that you earn from your social enterprise has to go straight back into your business, so you don't have much control over your finances. Now, fourth is you have low wages and remuneration. So compared to like a commercial business or a traditional business, your wages and your remuneration for your employees are going to be much lower, and some say it could be seen ethical, but obviously with lower profits you'll have to aim for your social objectives more and prioritize them. So now, a non-government or governmental organization or an NGO is a type of non-profit social enterprise. So this is basically a private sector business that does not take any profit, because anything they earn, as back to the keyword, is a surplus. So the key point about this is that it's private sector, non-governmental.